Welcome to the Bhandwagon Podcast, and today I'm joined by one of my most favorite presenters over a fairly consistently long time. He's a producer, and I'm just going to introduce him now because he is like the Desi Tasmanian devil. He is Waqas Saeed, also known as Waqas. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not that good actually at this moment in time because my green screen, it is absolutely playing havoc with my grays in my hair on one side, and I look like Terminator 2, kind of like when he gets shot in his face and he's got half a face.
Was that Terminator 2 or Terminator 1?
I would go for more T2 because he's fatter, and that's what I'm like.
Terminator 2 was my favorite, I have to say.
Terminator 2, if you watch Terminator 2 now, by far it still holds up. Like you watch it, even that scene, where he's going, when they're at the mental asylum, and then the T, what was he? The
T1000.
Yeah,
T800.
It's T800 on Arnie.
Yeah, but then there's a bad Arnie, isn't there, in T2? There's a good Arnie and there's a bad Arnie.
What are you talking?
Oh, the two Arnies. Oh,
no.
That's Terminator 3.
Yeah, I'm on about T2.
All right, T2. In T2, it's a good Terminator. Terminator 1 is where
Arnie's a good Terminator. That's Judgment Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if I type in Terminator 2 and then I put in cast, because then that should tell me. Yeah, so Robert Patrick, who played the T1000.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
I love that opening scene in Terminator 2 where he's finding clothes.
I don't know what kind of Terminator you've been watching, but it's fine. But when he goes through the metal bit and the gun gets stuck, you can still watch that bit and it's sick.
Gun gets stuck where exactly?
In the metal bars. So and then that's where Sarah Connor is looking at Arnie and she's like shitting herself. And John's like there going, oh, he's all right, he's with us. And then he goes, come with me if you want to live. And then then they look up and then T1000 is going through the gates. And then you got me now.
Can I ask, why are you talking about a film released back in 1992? We're in 2022 now. How old is that film? How many years is that now?
1991, I've got it here, mate. 1991.
Yeah, that's IMDb, that's wrong. 1991, 1992. By 1991, how many years ago was that? And why are we talking about that?
I don't know, man. I thought it was... Well, how did it... Oh, yeah, because my hair and my green screen.
Yeah. Anyway, your hair, what you need to do, you need to put oil on your hair. Almond oil.
Like... Okay. Nah, man, you stink after that if you've done it.
You have to what? Yeah, you do stink. But apparently that's a Desi thing. We need to stick oil on our hair. Your hair needs food, as my mum says.
Well, your hair is it must be at a buffet because at the moment it's looking...
Mate, I don't do nothing to my hair. I just, wake up and go.
It's like the top half of your hair is like, I don't know, like a mop, and the bottom hair is very Bobby Friction. He's got that beard thing going on.
Really? Yeah, I need to have a shave as well. But I do know where you are going with the mop business. It is like a mop. If you turn me upside down, I could mop your floors.
It can be done. So what? You're hailing out of Manchester, February 22nd, if I do say so myself. Is that...
No, don't say that. Don't give details away like that. Do you know what I mean? MI5 and all of that are tracking me. But yeah, originally from Manchester.
So I mean, and then when
I don't know why you need to mention February. The point is, minimal information as possible. You don't know who's out there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you got to hide, mate. I mean, from behind you, you've got some book stuff.
If people know that, find out that I got 10,000 bitcoins. You know what I mean? Could be getting robbed.
But if you got 10,000 bitcoins, I don't think technically you'd be doing this kind of stuff unless it's the perfect cover.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm doing it for you, Ricky. You know what I mean?
And could you just say I've been very consistent with my admiration of your career from a very long time ago?
Yeah, you're a fan of my career, but my career is actually, if you think about it, what exactly is it? What am I doing? I'm just like, there's nothing really to write home about.
Well,
but I appreciate your support and inspiration.
Thanks. But when I was looking at your research, when I was trying to like do a little bit of reading on you in it, because you're kind of very hard to kind of find. Like one of the first things that I've noticed when I was
kind of hard to what? Sorry, kind of hard to what?
Like, let's say the paragraphs weren't as heavy as some of the people in it. Like,
okay,
in terms of achievements, I'm not cussing you for your
I mean, no, my achievements are quite poor. I mean, I did make it to the cricket team in year 10, the high school cricket team, year 10. Played a bit of table tennis. Did some work experience. You got a 2-week work experience you do in year 11.
Yeah, where did you go?
YMCA centre. Yeah, I know. I personally thought I was going to be joining a dance group, you know, YMCA song, but it wasn't. Apparently, there's a centre in Manchester, YMCA, which helps like people with all sorts of
people with hair like you.
Yeah, people with all sorts of like, I don't know, career aspirations, and I was there, and that was it. But I spent most of my 2 weeks career work experience just going to Greg's and McDonald's.
And then you also had another achievement, your year 9 options. What did you choose?
My what, sorry?
Your year 9 options, you know, when you're at school, what were your subjects?
Oh, yeah, what? Oh, as in like the language, French. French is my favourite language.
And do you speak French?
Yeah, I do speak French.
Okay, that's good. What I was getting at was that it said like you had a nearly career in like short film. What's that all about?
Mate, that is made up. So basically, I was trying to get a job, right, at a certain organisation which we won't mention, and one of the like directors of that company was interested in making films. So I knew that. So I deliberately put in my CV profile, I'm a filmmaker. Is
that like every desi always writes they're fluent in Hindi, Punjabi?
Yeah, exactly. I did that at school. Exactly. I did that at school once, going back to school, because I only came out of school like 2 years ago. Did my GCSEs 3 years ago. But so in school, I put on my CV that I'm fluent in Bengali.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly, I'm not. But what happened was...
I don't know.
No, I'm telling you what's happening.
Okay.
This is what happened. It's happening. This really happened. So this Bengali lady came into my school in tears, like someone's mum, and they were looking like for someone to translate in English what happened to her son who's been suspended for getting in a school fight.
Yeah.
And they obviously looked at their computer database and realized, hang on, Wax speaks Bengali. He can comfort this woman and explain to her why her son got suspended. So they came and knocked on my door because it's my school, knocked on the classroom door, called me out of class. This woman's in tears, speaking in Bengali or Sylheti. And I'm like, yeah. So basically, Abdul got suspended. I can't speak Bengali, but in English, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but what kind of school is this where they're documenting down what language that you've got? Like that you talk about MI5, that is a bit extreme, you know.
Mate, that's what they do.
Was that to kind of like what would you say, kind of combat against translation services?
Not really. They're just looking for a student that can, potentially help.
And what did you say to it? Because obviously, clearly, you can't. Did you act it out?
No, well, I just said like "Assalamu alaikum" was probably the only word she understood, like "hello."
Yeah.
And then I said like, "Your son got suspended," and that was it. And she walked off even in more tears. What more can I say? I don't know any other words. But my point is, do not lie on your CV about your language skills.
So that even with your nearly career, that was like never happened.
I mean, you're reading old profiles. Yeah, that's made up. You know what I mean? Nearly career. That's like I was nearly a stockbroker.
We need to have a conversation, mate. But there wasn't any new info on that I could find.
There is no info on me. I keep a low profile. What do you want to know?
What about this Sony nomination stuff?
That's it. That's where we're going. So basically, I was nominated for a Sony Rising Star Radio Award.
So What's that?
Like
What were
presenter.
you doing? What were you doing at that time in order?
Mate, I was making the best radio programs, like radio features. I was doing so many creative stuff. So I had a feature on my radio show called 5 a Day with Vanessa May.
Vanessa, the violinist.
Yeah.
She was bad.
Yeah, so basically 5 a Day with Vanessa May consisted of me telling the listeners the 5 fruits and vegetables they need to eat every day.
So a public health message, which I like.
Yeah, public health message. So I was doing this all before all this pandemic stuff. You know what I mean? I was giving you guys the sort of nutrients and medicine you needed. You know what I mean? I was doing loads of crazy radio features. What else did we have? We had Michael Jackson and Mohammed Rafi and Malkeet Singh Mondays, which was one of the best radio features ever. And
are you allowed to say where?
It was just on a national radio station.
All right, and then
Good one. You can say where, but the point is, I was nominated for a radio award, and yeah, it was a proud moment. And
so going back to that Monday thing, especially like Mohammed Rafi and Malkeet. So how would that work? What's the mechanics of that? Because if I could introduce something similar to that on the podcast, that'd be really good and interactive.
Well, you can't nick my ideas. People nick all my ideas, to be honest. That's why I don't share any ideas.
That's why.
Mohammed Rafi.
If I'm gonna nick it, I told you.
No, you can nick what you want. I've got plenty more ideas. Don't worry about it. Mohammed Rafi, Michael Jackson, Malkeet Singh Mondays consisted of this radio jingle effect where I would spin a wheel and you'd hear snippets of a Mohammed Rafi song, Malkeet Singh song, and a Michael Jackson song, and it would stop when I press stop. And whatever artist it would stop on, I would play the respective song from that artist. Do you get it?
Yeah, and that is the criteria for a rising star.
Yeah, and it would always stop on a Michael Jackson song. Do you know what I mean?
Is that your favourite sort of?
Not really. That's what the radio
wanted you to play.
So it wasn't fixed. No, it wasn't fixed. So yeah, so we're doing lots of crazy stuff like that. You know, just having banter and conversation with the listeners. And yeah, I was nominated up alongside that other guy, that homeless guy. What's his name? Jarvis Cocker.
The one that
was performing at Glastonbury last night,
and the one who went on stage while Michael Jackson was there. So
exactly. Look at the link. And I told him about that. I told him, how dare you do that to Michael Jackson and flash your bottom?
And
but he won that award.
Well, how did he take it?
How did he take what?
Well, your criticism of your advice.
Well, you know, I mean, like he was just asking for money. You know what I mean? Like they do at traffic lights.
So he's.
I seriously have a problem with that. No, I feel sorry for them guys that are at traffic lights. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, collecting money, or needing money, because there's a rise, especially in Birmingham. Every traffic light, every traffic light I see, a random person just come over to your car, and they just want money, and I feel really sorry for them. It's not their fault, but something needs to be done about it, because that's a risk to drivers and to themselves. You know what I mean? On a road as well, like a busy road.
And it shows the desperation. And I generally have a bit to change, and I did it. And yesterday, funny you mentioned this actually, because I actually had a real life conundrum, and I've still got a vision, which I'll explain now. So I was at the lights. I was at there's a place called Scott Arms in Birmingham. It's like a big link. I don't know. Everyone knows it. If it isn't, just type it in. Anyway, so there's one guy. There's a lot of traffic backed up, and he's coming up, and he's got a sign, and he's saying this, that, so I'll pull down window, give him £1. Thanks. But I went over the lights when the lights changed, and there was another guy on the other side, and he was looking at him, giving him a look, saying, "You took my money."
All right, okay.
So, like, the potential of like the ice cream wars can be happening with like the light wars.
Traffic light wars, exactly.
And it is dangerous because my eyes were focused on that guy, and I wasn't fully paying attention.
Exactly.
And that is risky. And the thing was, like, normally they didn't, like, I didn't get any, like, they sprayed the water on, and then I had to use my own wipers. So I was a bit.
Hang on. So the service that you're getting offered, you're getting your car washed as well, in essence. They don't do that anymore in central Birmingham.
Yeah, this
They
one.
just want money.
Yeah, this is.
You got posh people working at the traffic lights out there. But anyway, that water stuff they spray on your car. I mean, what is that? Is that even water? So
oil could be. I don't know, man. You tell me.
Yeah,
You're the expert.
oil for your hair. Oil for your hair. You know what I mean? Almond oil. The thing is, I had a similar situation where, you know, like some of these guys and women, you know, they're good-looking people, they're young people. It's like, well, do you really need to be at this traffic light? Do you know what I mean?
Nah, these weren't good looking, I'll be honest. In my professional opinion, these lot, they had a very tough paper round, let's put it that way.
No, in central Birmingham, like, you know what I mean? If they could like just have a clean shave, get a suit on, they could easily get a job in Burton's. You know what I mean? But yeah, Burton's men's.
Is that still around?
Is it still around? I have no idea. Is it still around?
There used to be
so anyway,
Foster's and Adams.
Adams.
Where I used to get my clothes as a young youth.
Yeah. You remember Slater's menswear? That's still in Birmingham.
That's still there, man. Well. That's still killing it.
That's where like our dad's got their wedding suits from. You know what I mean?
It's either there or on Soho Road, the JP Emporium.
JP Emporium.
Yeah, that recently got retired, probably the last 5 years.
Yeah. I went to an emporium in Thailand, but that was completely different because I thought it was clothes shopping as well, but it was a different kind of emporium. So, back to this traffic light situation. I've never been to Thailand, made it up. Yeah. But back to this traffic light incident. So you actually gave £1.
I gave £1.
So this time, the guy was at my window.
Yeah.
I always see the same guy, like he wants money, but I seriously had no money, and it's rude to ignore him. Do you know what I mean? He's being a gentleman. They even start speaking Urdu nowadays. Seriously, and a bit of Arabic. This guy was saying, Inshallah, Mashallah, and stuff like that. I thought he wanted to go to the mosque. But I put my window down, and seriously, this guy smelled of urine. Like, seriously.
I mean, how close were you? Like, was he peeping into your car?
No, he wasn't. I could just smell urine. Now, I was like, no, sorry, mate. Next time, I promise I'll give you some cash. And I put my windows back up, and my car still had that smell. It infiltrated it. And you know them little perfume things he got?
The Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree. Like, that just like, dissolved. Like, it didn't do anything.
But there was a time where these geezers were at the traffic lights. Like there was, and then it went away, and then it.
Maybe they were at Burton's Menswear, which has since closed down. Apparently, do you know what I mean? No, but you're right. I mean, I'm not criticizing him. I just feel something needs to be done. Like support him and help him. It's really bad.
And the drivers as well, because think of the cost of the petrol. Like that £1 now, I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? I can't even afford to like pay for petrol nowadays. It's expensive. Are you petrol or diesel?
Diesel. I did have a petrol car recently, and sold it, but that was a bit dodge because I forgot how quickly a car goes through petrol.
They say that, but for local journeys, petrol's meant to be better. Diesel's more motorways and stuff.
I think I need to make a decision shortly about do I go electric? Do you what's your opinions on that?
No, I would never go electric. It's all part of the great reset, 2030 reset.
So are you all right, so you're a conspiracy theorist.
It's not a conspiracy theorist, it's what's already being told. There's a guy called Klaus Schwab, something like that, and he decides what goes on in the world. And basically they want to get rid of petrol and diesel cars by 2030. Like they're going to stop making them and selling them in the UK.
And so if they get everybody on to kind of electric, then the prices go, everyone gets rich. Is that what you're saying?
No, here's the problem. It's not about getting rich. Here's the problem with electric. everyone can jump on the electric bandwagon now and go, yeah, I'm saving money, petrol, diesel, yo, I got my electric car. But the problem is, no one knows the long-term benefits of the electric car, because even in America, where it's been running for longer than anywhere else in the world, getting a replacement battery, for example, for a Tesla, is like $9,000, which you need to get like every 10 years.
Okay, so
overnight, it's $9,000 is a refurbished price. Do you know what I mean? So there's all these prices people don't know, And I even looked at the environmental benefits of this. And apparently, there's no massive difference between getting an internal combustion engine and an electric vehicle that will have immediate effect that we can see right now on planet Earth. You'll see any change, which will be really minor in about 100 years' time. So it'll be really minor.
I'm just thinking, yeah, what kind of car you drive. Don't tell me. Let me get. You're either like a Vauxhall Zafira, or I can see there's three: a Polo,
yeah,
or thinking about where you are. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna go for a Golf.
Well, I did have a Golf, but I had a problem with the gearbox, which I think was a wider Volkswagen issue, which they deny.
Yeah.
But we don't need to go into that. But I'd never buy a Volkswagen Golf automatic ever again, and I won't recommend it.
Okay.
But no, I don't drive a Volkswagen Golf.
So
Think a bit more fancier. Think a bit more fancier.
Nah, mate. There is no way with your Golf.
I'm a humble person. But
and you're still rocking. I'm looking at your set, yeah. You're still rocking Artex, yeah, because I'm materialistic, yeah.
Yeah.
There's even your 3 Series BM.
I had a 4 Series BM, which I got rid of because it was diesel. I drive a man's car. We drive petrol.
Okay, so that leaves me either like an A4.
Yeah.
Or what did you have? 4 Series, so sporty. I'm gonna go A5, man. Audi.
It was a brilliant 4 Series, carbon fiber everywhere.
And
but it was diesel.
Private plate. Number private plate.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of the private plates no more.
You can't. Okay, can you tell us what it said on there?
Well, it was linked to my name, but I've switched my plates now because I realised everyone's driving around with their like full details on their number plates. You know what I mean?
So this thing about privacy and like agency work is pretty serious, isn't it?
Yeah,
what is your car? Is it A5?
No.
It must
fancier.
All right, is
fancier.
Evoque? I'm gonna go for Evoque.
No. Fancier. You think high end?
High end.
I'll pick you up. It's from Italy.
The Maserati?
Nope.
Alfa Romeo?
Nope.
You ain't got a Ferrari or you ain't got a Lambo. I'm sorry.
Well, I might have, I might not have. Ferrari's my favourite car, but I haven't got a Ferrari.
I don't know. Fiat Punto.
There you go. Fiat. That's the
Fiat Cinquecento.
Number one Italian car. That's what I drive. Fiat.
I can see you in a Fiat, man.
Yeah. Fiats are cool.
So you have this award-winning moment in your life.
Yep.
And nomination is that way. And then,
more realistic nomination.
Yeah. And so then what happened?
And I'm living off that success. I'm still living off that success.
Well, it's part of your intro and this conversation today. So yes, I would still say so.
Yeah.
There was you complaining about Terminator 2 references. I think this is nearly 20 years old as well. So
yeah.
What happened?
What do you mean what happened? Well, we just went on to greater radio success, greater radio moments, and that was it really. Now I'm planning to branch into the world of podcasts and take over your business. That's why I'm on this podcast with you, to see what it's about.
Yeah, so we're going to go into the podcasting. We're going to do a bit of a regular show as well with you.
Yeah, we need to.
And then we're going to boost that up. We did have some ideas.
Unfortunately, incidents and events unfolded, which kind of, it would be really inappropriate now, right?
Yeah. So we weren't going to go down that road. But I think in terms of like, there's a guy out there, called, we've talked about it, Theo Von, and I think you are the Desi Theo Von.
Right. I don't know who Theo Von is, but yeah, I'm Desi Theo Von.
You need to go and have a look at this guy, man. That's what's happening.
Does he work at traffic lights?
No, only on Sundays. But Your bit now is so you're coming out, and that's pretty interesting.
Coming out. Yeah.
When you when you moved away, changed it from being like radio work. Do you see this kind of shift in power from radio to podcast? The reason why I say that, there are some stats that actually radio listenerships is actually going up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting why you're trying to come over to the podcasting world. Why is that? Is that because of freedom? Is it because of what?
Yeah, I think podcasting is a lot more global. I suppose it's got bigger reach in that essence. And it's a bit more creative. You can do what you want.
So have you thought of a name yet, or what?
Not really.
Wax to the max?
Not really. Yeah, wax to the max. Yeah, could do that. I mean, does it have to be called Wax? But if you have any ideas, do let me know.
I think for it to be like, well, actually, it's got to be kind of identified with your name to start off with.
You're right.
And then when you get more famous, then you change it.
Yeah.
And you remember who gave you these ideas first. E.g.
That's
me.
right. So what's your podcast called?
It's called The Bandwagon.
Yeah, there you go. So, you know what I mean? Bandwagon 2.
Yeah, because Bandwagon 2. It ain't like a music release with the second one.
Yeah, the sequel. Yeah, I mean, yeah, podcasting's great. I think it'll be good fun just to have that banter, but you need someone to spar off, I feel. Rather, it gets a bit boring. A lot of people feel, they can hold a podcast themselves, which, some people can.
Oh, thanks.
Like Russell Brand.
Is this kind of like indirect cussing of me? Thanks.
No. I'm just talking about the style and substance of a podcast. You need to have a purpose and a focus and some intellect. That there's a reason. So obviously my podcast will just be about my success of that nomination and it's based solely around that. Maybe the odd conversation about people at traffic lights. Maybe I get one of those traffic light guys involved in the podcast. You know what I mean? The one that's not urine.
Maybe it's called like
the urinator.
Huh?
It could be called the urinator. You know what I mean? We talk about Terminator 2 and working at traffic lights.
I think you're onto it, mate. I mean, I'd definitely like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
But what would you do then in order to, like, obviously this whole market is kind of saturated. I don't give a shit about views and likes and all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, look, you can buy views and likes. Most people buy all their likes and views. And I don't have there's a fly here. Hang on. I'm just. That's how I call fly. I clap the fly.
You're clapping yourself after your statement.
Yeah. And the fly.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was your question? The fly distracted me.
I don't know, but I'm going to ask a very serious one now. When you as you're working with these guests and stuff, and you said people can buy and like all this stuff, how do you use to cut through that bullshit?
Well, I think they've got to be. I think they've got to be exposed to a certain extent, but everyone does it. Even the A-list celebrities you love, like, I don't know, Tom Cruise or Lady Gaga, whoever these big A-list names, they're all involved in it. It's all part of marketing strategy. So fair play. But like yourself, I wouldn't get too involved in that myself.
But what would your podcast? Go on.
Like if you want your podcast to get 1,000 views or 1,000 listens or 10,000 listens, just Google it. I'm sure you can pay someone and they'll get it up. But like, do you want that?
Yeah, you get.
Do you want it?
You get.
If you want me, no. Even if you do get caught out, so what? Do you want that though? I know a guy called Akash. He messaged me on Instagram. He can get me all sorts. Do you want a blue tick on Twitter?
Not on Twitter.
$800 USD and PayPal he accepts. Do you know what I mean? You can work around all these systems.
And what does that get you? Once you verify, what does it get you? It's like what?
It gets you a blue tick, and then you can just start DMing people and like saying, "Hey, I got a blue tick."
They ignore me.
Jump on my podcast. Yeah, exactly. We're humble people. We don't need to concern ourselves with that.
Yeah, I might do a podcasting of all the people who've ghosted me.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and then when I see them, they're like, "Oh yeah." It's like, all right, yeah, okay. It's like that, yeah. It's like that. So how are you going to combat if they ghost you, considering like you've been a powerhouse in the whole media field and you've had a nomination?
Yeah.
Then like, how are you gonna combat when you see these, like, you're saying, yeah, it's me, Wax, yeah, can you come on the podcast?
You're right. Yeah, true. You're absolutely right. I haven't reached that step yet. But who do I really want on my podcast? I'd rather speak to interesting individuals who have something to say. You know what I mean? But you're right. I have been ghosted. I'm sure we all have, to some extent. You just got to ignore it, and it's their character at the end of the day. And some people, you know, they might not want to get involved. Because to be honest, we live in a generation where it's all about the likes, the followers, the response that they expect. So you could be someone really crappy, but if you got 1 million followers, you know, they might jump on the podcast with you because they know.
But we're also in that
big profile.
world. I mean, we're also in that world where you get in like where it's all about current events, like everything's clickbaity. Like I just had a notification about the Queen is smiling at a public appearance in Scotland. I mean, that's how are you gonna beat headlines like that? Yeah,
that's a very good point. A good point. We're challenging times we're living. We're breaking news stories like that. You know what I mean? We can't.
You come from that. Like I'm putting you under the pressure right now. I'm saying, how are you?
I don't know what news subscription you're following that you're getting like notifications about.
No shit. What I'm showing you now is breaking news. Yeah.
Yeah. Smiling Queen. Public appearance. Yeah, she's the queen of the nation. You know what I mean? She's smiling. She's in a happy mood.
You've got your podcast. What are you going to do on that level? Like, why should I listen to your podcast?
Yeah, exactly. Why listen to my podcast when you can just keep reading news notifications about the Queen smiling, which helps us combat the increase in the price of fuel and living costs. You know what I mean? Now we know the Queen's smiling. It just makes our extortionate living costs seem a bit more reasonable now.
Yeah, especially if we see that if I have to pay £30 extra for my petrol, at least she's smiling. I feel better.
That's what I'm saying.
Better. Everyone feels better.
You know what I mean? A happy queen, a happy home.
That's it. And the other sad news, which has just come through, is remember Blind Date?
Oh yeah, Graham.
Graham, he's just passed away at the age of 90.
That's really bad. But he seems to have lived a good life. May God bless his soul. But remember Blind Date?
Yeah, I used to remember. Like when you were younger, you used to, like, obviously you work out the system of it. But then as you're getting older and the guests, the pickup lines were getting cringier and cringier. I just couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
But then used to be cheering, like, why are you picking number one? She's ugly. Like,
really? What is that what Cilla Black would say? Why are you picking number one? Why are you picking number two? She's ugly. Wish you a lot of luck.
No, she's from Liverpool.
Yeah. Wish you a lot of luck on your holiday.
For a second, I thought she was there. But
no, Cilla Black's a legend as well.
No, but think how bad this is. Yeah, there's three of you sitting there, and there's a screen, and then the girl or the guys on the other side, and the crowd. And let's say you're number two, and the crowd is. And she goes, "Oh, like let's say it's a female. I've got to pick. I'm picking now. Oh, which one shall I go for?" And the crowd are either shouting for number one or number three, basically saying that there's 100 people that they all think you're ugly.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily to do with the way you look. It could be about
the personality.
But personality comes through the answers that they've given. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some of them give some good, witty responses. You know, what would your first dance song be? And they might give a response and paint the picture.
Yeah, so like, oh, hello, Wax. What's your favorite song? I don't know what accent that was, but
it's a good accent. It's a good accent. I'd be like, firstly, like, are you over 16? No, I'm sure. But I'll be like, I'll be like, I'll be like, well, talking about favorite songs. Do you know Muhammad Rafi, Michael Jackson, and Malky sing Mondays? And they were like, oh yeah, Wax. We used to listen to that on the radio, and we love it. Which one would you pick? And I'll be like, well, I'll be spinning that little jingle and whatever, and it stops to Michael Jackson, and then I'll say, you know what I mean? If you pick me, let's be careful how we say this. Won't stop till you get.
Bad.
No, I was gonna say we won't stop till you get enough. But we mean that in a way of like, you know, touring the world, exploring the world. Like, you know, we won't get enough of that.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? So yeah, Blind Date was a great show, and I think it was great for our parents' generation. Do you know what I mean?
They used to love it because it's almost like matchmaking, arranged marriages.
Yeah. And plus, there was no like Star Plus or Home TV back then. Do you know what I mean? There's none of this.
I don't watch none of that nonsense, man.
No, but that's nowadays. Back then, all we had was like, you know what I mean? BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, Channel 4, and they had Blind Date with Stella Black.
Yeah, and then there used to be like I think it was before or maybe after. They used to have like on that Saturday afternoon. They used to have like, I know wrestling used to be on, Knight Rider, Street Hawk,
yeah,
or Airwolf.
Yeah.
Then I think they used to be incredible. But then Baywatch used to come on.
Yeah, that was my favorite. I got in trouble for watching that.
What you mean?
Yeah, because I used to really watch Baywatch for the storylines. I'm not even kidding. I thought it used to have like fantastic storylines and script writing. And one time I was watching it, and my dad came back from the mosque, and he said, "What is this nonsense?" Turning, because all he used to see was people running up and down the beach wearing nothing. But I was saying to him, "Look, they're rescuing that boat that's on fire in the sea. You know what I mean? They're running out, and they can't like, you know, fully dress up. But you know, they need to rescue people. Yeah, they need to rescue these people." So, but yeah, that was a good show. Gladiators, that was a good show.
Yeah, I went to go. Gladiators was one of my first interactions with this media world where you came from, which was we got free tickets for Gladiators, like the kids version.
Yeah. Right.
So like Young Gladiators, I think it was called. And you know, on TV say, oh, it used to show and it used to be packed, yeah. And what I realized that we got free tickets. It was like 4 hours long, because in between every event they have to build the whole thing up. But there was no one there, so they used to just get all the audience and just put them on one side, and all the footage was just only of one stand. And they used to pretend like it was all around the arena.
Yeah, that's the way it looks when you see it on TV. That's really bad, that is.
Yeah, and so I wasn't happy about that. And then I realized that it was such a long time. And then you didn't even get to meet the Gladiators.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that. I mean, yeah. But your kids, clearly you made the effort to go to see that event. You should
No, it weren't with the kids. I was a kid.
Yeah, but as a kid, you'd want to see these gladiators. But hang on, are these kid gladiators? Why do you want to see other kids?
No, the kids. Okay, so let me explain. So when I was at school, there was auditions for like to be on Young Gladiators. So the Gladiators would be normal, but it was kids as contestants. So
so you would fight Wolf.
Yeah, I don't know. I only remember one. Yeah. But what happened was the auditions was a very, very tricky situation. So when I was at school, I went to a boys' school, yeah, and so we used to do the auditions. They were like, Gladiators were coming to the school, and they wanted to know who were the top 10 athletes in this particular year.
Yeah, it sounds like an MI5 operation to me. But yeah, carry on.
But what they did was they looked at what kind of, we used to get 4-star award and 5-star award. Yeah. So I was on track. I was like 5-star. So then they picked like the top 10, I think even 20 athletes in that year, and then we had to do these tryouts in the gym. So it was one lunchtime. We went there. Honestly, God, it was like an army thing, man. I got about halfway through before I physically was sick. Yeah, so they used to get like on the side, you have to do like your leg, like stretches with doing your sit-ups, inverted sit-ups, and then you'd have to do It's all like it was all cardio in it. This I didn't have
cardio.
I didn't
Okay, so let me just clarify. So you were an athlete at school, like you class yourself as an athlete.
Yeah.
Do you class yourself as an athlete now, or?
You know, I class it as like you see some women when you see like catfishing, yeah. You know, when they got no makeup on, and then all of a sudden they put the makeup. It's like fraud, yeah. I would have that same philosophy about my physical condition. So, like, what you see at the first bit is like, looks a bit dodgy. But when
under that hoodie, there's a six pack.
Look, I don't want to really say, and you'll probably never see it. But there's a like that stuff never goes away. Like the muscle memory's still there.
No, I know what you mean. So basically, you were physically active in school. You went to audition for the Young Gladiators.
Yeah. It
was a very difficult experience. So you didn't make it, basically.
I didn't cut the...
Did you have the travelator?
No. What? No. This was just gym equipment. It was like circuit training, but before I knew what circuit training. So they put everything around, and then you had to finish off with a bleep test. And like I didn't even get that far. So a bleep
test.
Yeah. So you know did you ever do PE?
Yeah, I don't know what a bleep test is.
So you start on one side of the one wall and you run to the other side, and you got to hit it. You got to get there before it beeps.
Oh no, my school wasn't that fancy. We don't have that sort of like infrastructure.
Yeah,
we didn't have any of these electronic devices like beeps and stuff like that.
All you need a record player and a wall.
Yeah, we didn't even have that. We just had the climbing frame, to be honest.
Yeah, or two cones. You just stick it on one side. Anyway, so we did that. One of our mates got in, and then coincidentally, you had to apply for some tickets. So we got some tickets, and then so I went to go like see my mates like who qualified to get in there. Like they failed miserably as well. Yeah. But yeah, I think that was one of the first stages where I started to realize, like, one, I was never going to make it as a footballer, and two, like, I don't struggle. Like, I won't be an elite athlete in general.
Yeah. So you're an athlete, but not an elite athlete. Do you feel that had a psychological effect as a child? You know, being part of the experience, because it kind of like pushed you away from your aspirations of becoming a footballer because you felt you weren't good enough.
I was always good.
Like for example, like a wolf, Wolf the gladiator.
Yeah.
Like, do we know what he's doing now? Like, he could easily be working on the traffic lights right now.
Let's have a look.
Smelling of urine. Like, he could be smelling of urine. We wouldn't know that. We would like assume that he's a supreme athlete. But you know what I mean? Things change, so you shouldn't put yourself down.
So
my point is, you should have persevered.
So where is Wolf the Gladiator now? You know when you normally get that when you used to go on like some like news stuff, and they're like, where are they now? When you see the Saved by the Bell cast.
Well, I don't do that because I'm not a stalker. But yeah.
What you mean. So whatever became of Wolf and Panther? Well, look, it looks not bad, does he?
Yeah, is that him?
The one at the front, the one looks a bit creepy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I could have made it as a gladiator, but I think if I had the right kind of coaching or the right fit.
No, absolutely. And the thing is, let's be honest, I don't think there was an Asian gladiator.
No. So I could have played the race card and definitely got in.
It's not about playing the race card. I think that's the wrong way to look at it. Like, for diversity, we should have an Asian gladiator. There should have been one, because
what would it have been called?
I don't know, like Jackman.
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 Oh, Jackman.
No, in fact, he could have just been called Jack, and he could have got in a relationship with Jet and Jet, not Jat and Jet. You know what I mean?
I don't think the community was ready for that kind of.
Look, we need to think ahead. Well, we need to be ready about these things. Jat and Jet. You know what I mean? It could have been like an awesome.
But there's a film, Jat and Juliet.
Yeah, exactly. They're ready for that, right?
They are now.
No, it's on a serious note. I do think they missed an opportunity to.
And what would have been their special, like Shadow? you could never beat him on the duel. When he had the big stick, he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
knocking people off, yeah?
Yeah.
So what would have been his, like, main, like, the gauntlet? Like, you know, when you're at a wedding and you're trying to get the food and like...
Yeah, that's a good one. You know what I mean? You could have that as a attribute. Or the other one, like, I even think the travelator, like, you know what I mean? Like, Asian dads, they're good at, like, throwing people at the houses or throwing them down the stairs. Like, he could get up the travelator and knock off all the competition, like, you know, that type of vibe. You know what I mean? But there should have been an Asian gladiator. Disappointed. I bet there was one. Like,
nah, I didn't, man. But in filming in Birmingham, they should have had something, man.
It's not even about Birmingham. It's about UK. If the Asian, like,
oh, this is where, because you're from Manchester, yeah, you felt left out.
No, it's not about Manchester. Like the largest ethnic group in the UK is the Asian population, right?
Right.
Is it? I'm guessing.
I'm just gonna say yeah.
It is. No, it is. So why wasn't that reflected in a primetime TV show?
I don't think that inclusivity and the diversity was... You got to remember the
existed
time.
Then.
It was different. Yeah, it was different times.
I disagree. Seriously, I disagree. You know what I mean? That could have been you. That could have been your role.
And because I was, like, treated that way...
Yeah, you were cheated. Basically, you were the rejected gladiator. We need to write a book. You went for auditions. You did the beep challenge.
Bleep.
With the 2 cones. Bleep, beep, whatever.
I didn't even get that far. I was bullied out of my...
Yeah, you didn't get that far because you were bullied out of it. What would your gladiator name be anyway?
I don't know, man.
So we had Shadow, we had Wolf, Hunter.
What about just something crap like Lion?
No, yeah, Lion. Yeah, Lion.
Lion, man. He ain't a lion. He's a giraffe.
Yeah, giraffe.
No, that's a classic joke, isn't it? No,
yeah, I'm laughing. It was an awesome joke.
Thanks, man.
I don't even. I'll have to listen back. I don't get it. Giraffe and lion's awesome joke.
No, I'll sit. No, I was. Right, I'm gonna.
But do you know parts of Pakistan? Yeah, some people actually own giraffes, like to clean the windows and stuff.
What?
Like the rich people. Yeah, they have giraffes as the window.
What, to get to the Gotti, to go into the second level?
Yeah. No, there's mansions out there apparently. Trust me, they've got everything out there in Pakistan. Like, you know, the £1 supermarket trolleys, they're out there as well.
I saw footage of that. I did see footage of that.
Yeah, see, everything's out. Even the black taxi cabs. You know, the old red letterboxes, phone boxes. They're all out there now, doing business.
And are you selling them?
I'm selling them all with all the little cards.
You know, this quite detailed.
Yeah. You know the letterbox. You know the phone boxes with all the business cards in there. So we call them business cards. They're all out there now.
All right.
Premium rate numbers. Yeah, they're all out there now doing good business.
Premium rate, yeah.
Premium rate. But yeah, they've got giraffes out there cleaning windows. Like, you know, would you use an animal in that kind of service?
Nah. I don't think I've seen that in the current events. What other current events have you noticed what's going on? Like,
well, apart from the high cost of living, what else have I noticed? I mean, a lot of department stores are closing down, which we know is annoying.
Well, we discussed Burton, like we think is.
Yeah, we think Burton is finished.
Who else? Is W.H. Smith still around?
Yeah, that's still around. But do you know what I did? Yeah, a few years ago, I predicted that Tie Rack would close, but I always hated Tie Rack as a store.
Why?
And then it closed. I don't know. I just hated it. It's like, what is this store of ties? And this is as a child. I just couldn't stand that shop. Like ties and hats and scarves. Like my dad would occasionally go there to buy a tie, and I used to pray that this shop would close, and look what happened.
That's pretty evil, man. Think about how many people made redundant because of your praying.
Well, Tie Rack only used to have one worker anyway per store, pretty much. There used to be.
There used to be a couple of those shit shops that no one would ever go, but they used to be everywhere in it.
Yeah, Tie Rack. But I miss Tie Rack now. I feel I put a curse on that one.
What else was crap and used to be everywhere?
Debenhams.
Debenhams used to be like the
I used to buy all my
escape.
clothes from Debenhams. I used to buy all my clothes from Debenhams. Like, but I used to hate Ben Sherman. Like, I couldn't like stand the signature on the shirt. We know it's Ben Sherman, Jasper Conran. I used to wear all of that. It's like, what on earth was I thinking?
What was the other one?
I put a curse on that, and that closed down as well.
But that used to be because you used to know that if ever there was a family wedding, you're getting one of those shirts.
Yeah, I used to get my wedding shirts from there as well. Yeah.
And like Ben Sherman was never quite kind of like Tommy Hilfiger at that stage.
Yeah.
And then, that's a good point, isn't it? Like there was, what was the other one? There was a few Dixon. Remember Dixon's before it was Curry's?
Yeah, I think Dixon still exists in airports.
Yeah, that don't count, man. That's like.
Yeah, go on.
No, carry on.
Yeah, I was going to say some stores actually exist in European countries like Mothercare. Do you remember Mothercare?
Yeah, Mothercare, yeah.
That's like in Spain and stuff like that.
CNA. I remember
Dubai.
CNA.
That's still out there. That's still out there.
That's still smashing it.
Yeah.
Fair play.
VHS used to get my school uniform from there.
We used to go to Gogner's on Rookery Road.
Yeah.
Before then, like now, with my kids, you can buy them from Asda. You can buy them anywhere.
Yeah.
The world's changed, man.
The world's changed.
It was better in our day. Did you see Biden falling off his bike?
Yeah, I saw Biden falling off his bike. He is 112.
So when is it wrong if you laugh at someone falling over? Because that was the challenge. When I saw that, my first one was like, what the... Yeah. And then I found myself, as I was saying that, about to laugh. And then I thought I had to check myself to basically say, I don't think this is the right kind of behavior to do that. But then there's another part of me saying, go on, laugh. So like, when's the right time to laugh at when someone falls over?
Yeah, I don't think there is the right time. He is pretty old and, he didn't hurt himself, I don't think, which is good. So, yeah, we shouldn't really laugh at people falling off their bikes.
You brought that a bit serious.
Yeah. Do you remember your first bike? I used to have a rally bike, with the handle.
I used to have this yellow BMX bike.
Yeah.
And I had a family wedding coming up. Like my boy was getting married back in the day. And the brakes were on too sharp in it. So like back, you used to do your own mechanics and stuff in it. So even though I was like 6, 7, like my baba used to show, this is what you do.
Exactly. Punch your repair kits, we do it all ourselves.
And then I pressed the brake too hard. Because that was at the time where you realize that you're supposed to press the back brake first and then your front one to ease it. I went front, which was just being tightened, and I went over.
Oh, dear.
Full somersault, and I scraped my nose and there's pictures of me still with like a big scrape on there.
That is hilarious. I'm not gonna laugh.
Yeah, but
how would you like it if someone laughed at you then when you injured yourself pretty badly?
Well, I did tell my son that story and he was laughing his head off.
No, he shouldn't laugh. But yeah, BMX was more of a stunt bike. I always wished I had a BMX, but I couldn't afford it.
I don't think it was actual, like it was in the shape of one and the style.
Oh, it was a fake BMX.
Yeah, and then
remember you could get you could get these fancy like sound effect things that you would stick on the bike. I think they were part of BMXs.
No, the only thing I had was those Kellogg's reflectors on my wheels.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Yeah.
And then
remember yo-yos? Yo-yos
are sick.
No, but do you remember the Coca-Cola yo-yos, Sprite yo-yos, 7-Up yo-yos?
Yeah, because you used to get, it was that as a kid that used to either have the Coca-Cola football and the Coca-Cola yo-yo.
Yeah.
And then
now you don't get anything. Now you just get like a trip to Alton Towers 2 for 1 on Kellogg's boxes.
Yeah, Coca that's all finished. But the kids are not interested anymore in it. They're interested in like Roblox and what's the other one? And watching other kids playing with toys.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah, that's the next move, man. Or maybe that's what you should be doing as your next move into this world. Like, forget the
podcasting.
Because you got, what's that? What? Let me get from here. I'm seeing, is that the Avengers toys at the top? Yeah.
No, they're not actually. They're a
That's
TV
Super Mario
show.
behind you.
Yeah, this ain't properly set up behind me, but the figures you're seeing at the top, they're Ertugrul figures from the Turkish TV show.
What?
Yeah, you don't know. It's historical Ottoman Empire stuff.
Oh, is this the first Is this like the first season's got like 53 episodes or something?
Yeah. It's one that
Mum and Dad are watching it.
Yeah, they're super raving about it. Like, it's about the Ottoman Empire, and every Muslim's like, yeah. It's like the Muslim superhero.
Avengers, basically.
Yeah, but this is based on like historical, like history and stuff like that of the Ottoman Empire.
And then you went out and bought those toys, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I did. It's not a toy; it's more of a figure. I've got loads of cool stuff.
And what's that? And that's Batman, in it, if I can see there.
Yeah, that's a metal Batman. These are all limited edition stuff. It's not like.
And then is that a certificate underneath it saying, yeah, these are all real, bitch?
No. I don't know what that is. But yeah, it's sort of pretty cool stuff. But humble person.
All right, I'm going to bring it to a close.
Okay.
But I give a chance at this bit to basically welcome you to the bandwagon, and you've been on. Thank you very much for the interview. But is there any bandwagon that you want? Oh, you're writing this down. This is technical.
No, I'm just showing off.
All right. Is there a bandwagon that you want to jump on or jump off? Or is there anything on your chest that you want to clear? This is your space. Right?
Oh, you're frozen. You have to say that again. I missed all that last bit.
That's complete lie. I know genuinely you heard it. Okay, so this is the part of the bandwagon podcast where you can either jump on a bandwagon, jump off a bandwagon, or generally have something that you want to get off your chest.
I'll say get off my chest. I think there's a lot of hype out there. People have been hyped up and it's all fake. And people know it's fake, but they won't speak out on it and they just accept it. And people need to expose it.
Okay, so these are
it's like fake hype. Like, I'm not being a hater, but like I wish the best of luck to everyone. You know what I mean? I'm happy for everyone. But there's a lot of fakeness out there. And I can't really stand fakeness. Like, be real. You know what I mean?
Why?
Be real. There's a lot of like segregation, a lot of all this nonsense and hate. I mean, I sound like a hater now. I probably am a hater, to be honest. But
I gave you fake hype at the beginning of this. Is like, because you classed it as like, oh, I haven't done.
No, that wasn't fake hype. That's all cool. I mean, fake hype. People give like a lot of credit, a lot of worth to something, which really, if you think about it, should it really be given? That's what I question. It's like, I mean, is there something else or someone else better? Probably.
This seems very personal.
Some people are just given. No, it's not personal. Like I said, I always love to everyone. I just think there's a lot of fake hype out there in all industries. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah,
There's nothing else.
But I mean, love to everyone though. It's all good. You know what I mean? I'm not a hater. I always success to everyone.
Yeah, but you're only saying this, so
but keep it real. But keep it real. But keep it real though. Keep it real. No. Whether they come on my podcast or not, I don't really care. Keep it real. I keep it real.
The biggest bullshit going line that is. Keep it real.
Yeah. So basically, I hate them all. I hate everyone. No.
If you actually said that, then at least people know where you stand.
No, but I am saying that in a kind of way. Everyone knows. Like, everything is inflated and hyped up. Just think about it for a second. Is the product really that good? Product, it's metaphor. And ask yourself, think for yourself rather than the hype train. Does that make sense? Then, make your own mind up. You might have a difference of opinion and fair play. Like, I don't know. Who's your favourite singer?
Jazzy B.
Right. I might not like Jazzy B, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to hate on him. In fact, I love Jazzy B. You know, Jazzy B is one of my sort of main artists that got me interested in banger music.
Serious?
Yeah. I used to love all his, what's that? Nessa Joanida, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I thought, whoa, this is a banger. I used to love his energy and his like vibe, crazy styling.
He's still smashing it right now.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like he's a sick singer and he's one of my inspirations. And I remember at an event once, Jazzy B was there and Sukshinder Shinder was there. I knew Shinder produced like a lot of his early stuff and stuff. And I remember I wasn't interested in Shinder at all. Like, they're both there. And obviously a lot of people would pay respect to Sukshinder Shinder, as he should. You know, he's a legend himself. But I was not interested in Sukshinder Shinder. It's the first time I was going to meet Jazzy B. So I was hyped up about Jazzy B. Just thought to share it. So like, no, where's Jazzy? Where's Jazzy? But yeah. All right, give me a singer you don't like.
A singer that I don't like?
Yeah, like you feel hyped up. See, you're not going to mention it, but you know there's a lot of
black. You know why? Because I'm not a hater, man. You get me?
Yeah, you're not a hater, but there's loads of singers out there that are hyped up, and you think, why waste your time?
Thing is, I'll tell you what. You know, you raised a really good point there.
Thank you very much.
So I was having a discussion with somebody, and I was like, they asked me their opinion on this one, and I just said, it's awful, like this, that, and the other, yeah. And I just went on this kind of bit, and then I kind of asked them their opinion of the person, and they go, look, at the end of the day, they're trying, and you know,
yeah, that's what I say,
and it completely changed my framing on it, and I just thought,
yeah.
You know, something that says more about me than it says about them. And I just thought
that's right.
The way that I was thinking about it was totally wrong. So I try and have that. That's why I didn't want to say it, because I was like, at the end of the day, they're trying.
That's right. No, I totally respect what you're saying. I don't necessarily hate on anyone. I say I don't necessarily. But we need to be realistic, though.
Yeah, I think there's things where you're like, I'm not a fan of their work, but I wish them all the best.
Yeah, exactly. And people are trying, like you said, they're just trying to put money on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And pay for the high living costs and fuel costs, etc. No, fair play to everyone. That was a bad question. In fact, I shouldn't ask you which singer don't you like. But, you know, everyone has their favourites. But, you know, you see a lot of nonsense around as well at the same time, and you think,
Because there might come on this podcast at some stage.
Yeah, fair play. There might be really nice people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just to take it out of the banger scene, because I know that's more closer to home to you, like Kendrick Lamar, I'm not a fan of him. I don't know.
I haven't interviewed him.
No, you haven't, but I'm not a fan of him. I'm not interviewed him either. Like, he headlined Glastonbury. I'm just not a fan of him. Like, I understand lyrically he's brilliant. He's got, you know, his songs are quite sharp, witty, intelligent. But, you know, I just not excited by it.
Yeah.
You know, people are different.
Well, you got to change that though, Wax, man, because if you're going to have your podcast, you need someone like that on there. He'll get your views up, man. And you're all about views and fakeness.
Yeah. I do like Kendrick Lamar, actually. That song he's got, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. It's a good one, that one.
See, that's the correct sentence.
Yeah, you know, Kendrick, you know, I'd love to interview Kendrick Lamar, you know.
He's in the UK right now, man. We can hook.
Yeah, he's in the UK. Yeah, let's reach out to Kendrick Lamar.
But
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't know why I mentioned him. Just was watching him last night on TV. But yeah.
I didn't. I was watching when they were showing the Glastonbury. I was watching When Magicians Get It Wrong. Channel 5.
Okay. That's boring.
Nah, man. It was some of the tricks. There was a guy called Saeed Malik or something. They showed him, and he was he was doing this trick where he was like in a straitjacket, was on a crane which was 80 foot high, and then the rope was put on fire.
Okay.
And they put this on, and they kind of strapped to it, and they got the audience to check his jacket that it was all legit, and it was like, yeah, bang, it was smashing. Anyway, the other guys, this was in the 70s, and I think it was late 70s, and the guy comes. Oh,
it's all right. So you're telling me there was an Asian guy in the late 70s doing magic tricks? Yeah,
exactly. And he had no accent, proper from Sheffield. Anyway, so the guy lights it on fire. He goes up to they take the crane up to 80 foot. And then they go, and then all he's doing, and he's narrating over this now. And what he's saying, he goes, what you got to do is try and dislocate your shoulder, or if you can do that, or you just build any slack, and then you just wave your body around, and you come off. Anyway, he gets his jacket off, Everyone's like clapping, well done, well done. And then because he's tied up, what his idea was, what he wanted to do was break out of the ankle kind of tie, and then hold the crane as he get lowered down like Superman. Right? This is what he said. Anyway, does the first bit, gets his jacket off, does his sorting his legs out. As he goes to reach off, he falls.
Right.
He falls 70 foot and he's knocked out. And then and then what they did was they recorded that a little bit earlier, but he goes, he went to hospital, he woke up, slapped him around a bit to come back. And then they cut away and he's in the audience and he goes, yeah, I feel great now, I'm fine. And they're like, so, you know, are you okay? And he goes, I've only come back so you can pay me. Which I thought was a very clever line, thinking about he nearly died.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was just one of the tricks. That was just one of the tricks of like an hour and a half of this show.
Wow, you watched 1.5 hours of magic.
I watched this.
Magic trick.
I watched a little bit of Mission Impossible 2, and then I went to bed. Yeah. I've recorded it. I'm still going to watch it.
It's good to know. So you're going to watch the rest of the failed magician tricks?
Yeah, it's when magic goes horribly wrong.
When magic goes horribly wrong. And did you laugh when that guy fell 70 feet?
And this is a perfect way to close the podcast. But yeah, I fucking laughed more.
And knowing that he could have died, oh dear. Terrible person, terrible man.
Wax, thank you. I appreciate it. And we'll be doing this very soon again.
Yeah, we'll do it again. And you know, I'll probably have a shave. You know what I mean? Put some almond oil on my hair. We'll do it properly again. And yeah, we'll hate on some people. No, I'm kidding. We won't.
Peace.
Peace out.